My daughter made her brother eat food he's deathly allergic to. Story. 39th daughter very recently had her 17th birthday. My husband, 42 Mies, and I told her to pick out a restaurant that she'd like us to take her to for her birthday. She chose a seafood restaurant that we'd never been to. In looking over the menu, I saw that the vast majority of the dishes contained shellfish. There were a few fish entrees, as well as some surf and turf, but there were only a couple of non-seafood dishes. Our son, 15 meters, is deathly allergic to shellfish. He also can't stand fish. There were only a couple of dishes there that he could actually eat. I didn't want to take him there because I knew that he wouldn't really enjoy his meal, and I was worried about cross-contamination. I told my daughter that this restaurant wouldn't work and that she would have to pick out a different one. My son said that he would be fine just staying home, that we could use the money that we would have spent on his meal to just order him a pizza instead. My husband also insisted that since it was our daughter's birthday, that she should be able to choose the restaurant, and that our son would be fine home alone with pizza and video games. But here's the thing, we can only afford to go out as a family every so often. When we splurge on a restaurant meal, I want both of our children there. I insisted, and my daughter chose a different place, and we had a nice meal as a family. But she is still a little salty that she didn't get to have her first choice of restaurants. Most people I've asked say I'm wrong. But, again, we can only afford to go out every so often. Is it so wrong that I wanted to do it as a family? My daughter still had a nice birthday meal. Response 1. YTA for a lot of reasons. First, if you were going to put parameters on her choice, you should have told her that beforehand. Second, you seem more hung up on the fact that your son wouldn't like the food than his allergy. Your son's preferences are irrelevant. This is your daughter's day. He seems to understand that, but you don't. Third, if you were really concerned about cross-contamination, you could have called ahead to discuss your concerns and see what precautions the restaurant would be willing to take. If that isn't satisfying, which would be perfectly understandable, your son offered to stay home. I get that you want to have a family meal, but all you have done is tell your daughter that she is not worth individual celebration. This could have been a great opportunity for you and your husband to have individual time with your 17-year-old. A rare opportunity. Instead, you squandered that, created unnecessary conflict, and possibly formed resentment between your daughter and her brother. Reply 1. The son clearly would have preferred a night alone with pizza and video games, so I highly doubt his sister is going to resent him. She will resent OP for sure, and the son may resent OP too, but if anything, OP has shown both of her kids she doesn't care about their wants/choices. Reply 2. I remember being a teen and being happy to have time to myself so I could play Xbox by myself with no one around. Edited to add, appears a lot of people are assuming I was a teen boy. I wasn't. I'm a woman and was a teen girl. My parents didn't let me play GTA when they were around. Reply 3. I just want a carp with the bathroom door open, like I did when the kids went to school and there was nobody but me and the pets home. Reply 4. Yep, OP is tatch. My brother had to go to occupational therapy a lot as a kid, and I effing relished the time after school where I could make snacks and watch TV I wasn't supposed to watch. It was quiet me time. When I got stuck going with him and my mom for his appointments and had to basically just sit and read my book or do homework, I hated it. My mom would take us to McDonald's because my brother loved it, but I also hated that. And now I have a bad association with McDonald's as an adult, beyond hash browns and nuggets. Kids are fine being left to their own devices if they're old enough, and it sounds like OP's son would have been just fine chilling at home. Also, Jesus Christ, just call the restaurant and tell them one of your kids has a seafood allergy. It's not ideal, but I would bet a lot of restaurants can accommodate for this, as a lot of people have this allergy. They might be annoyed, but whatever. Reply 5. I am currently the mom of a 5-year-old, and having the house to myself to play video games for an evening sounds like heaven. Having my own pizza sounds too good to be real. Response 2. Well, I get it, but you're the a-hole. Your daughter didn't get what she wanted for her birthday. Your husband had no problem with it. Your son had no problem with it. Essentially, you decided what you wanted was more important than anyone else. And would you look at that? You got what you wanted because your word-in-law effed the birthday girl's choice, right? You were upset about the location choice on behalf of your son, who wasn't upset about it at all. You made your daughter's birthday about your wants. Why even pretend she had a choice in where to go? You dangled the illusion of choice in front of her, then overruled her in favor of what you wanted anyways. Reply 1. She wanted for her birthday, or ever. Given the son's allergy, they probably don't even allow shellfish in the house. And since he also hates fish, they probably never eat fish at home. Coupled with the fact they don't go to restaurants that often, then when is the daughter supposed to ever have seafood? She might really like seafood, but literally never get to eat it. So for her birthday, she wants to have seafood. And the ease of the brother agreeing to stay home tells me that the daughter may have even ran her choice by him, and he confirmed that an evening of video games and pizza sounded just fine to him. You're the a-hole for sure. Reply 2. Right? Seafood's been my absolute favorite since I was a small child. If I almost never got to have it, picked it for my birthday, then got strong-armed out of it for such a bullcarp reason, I'd be salty too. Reply 3. Same. I'm seafood obsessed. Always have been. I ate a whole-ass lobster when I was 3. Not even exaggerating. I still almost always have a carp ton of seafood on my birthday. I'd be effing livid in that poor girl's place. Reply 4. Yes, you're the a-hole OP. This meal is about your daughter and you're trying to make it about the whole family. Next time you have the money, take the whole family out. This meal is about your daughter. You should want to do what she's asking. Let her have her seafood meal. Reply 5. Yep. I wonder if son was so willing to stay home with pizza and video games might be because of the control he lives under otherwise. OP sounds very controlling. Here's what I want for your birthday. Sheesh, you're the a-hole OP. Response 3. YTA. Your son was fine with staying home. Your husband was fine with your son staying home. It's your daughter's birthday. But you chose to center a day that is supposed to be about your daughter on your son's needs. Does your daughter ever get to enjoy the seafood she likes? Or does she have to wait to get away from you and your controlling tendencies and move away from you in order to do that? Sounds like the latter. I wonder how often she'll actually call home when she leaves, given your relentless need to prioritize her brother, when literally nobody is asking you to. Reply 1. She didn't even center it around her son's needs. She centered it around herself. Son was happy to just stay home, but OP wanted what OP wanted, sought everyone else. You're the a-hole OP. Reply 2. Yeah, I was expect the son to be young and slash or really wanting to celebrate with his sister. Totally bonkers that OP has decided for everyone that an outing together is better than what everyone else wants. Even though at this point, forcing the daughter to pick a new restaurant is going to make everyone resentful and bitter, and they won't have as nice of a time. Reply 3. Same. While I'm all for the birthday person picking their meal, I find it inconsiderate to pick somewhere to eat when the purpose is for the family to celebrate. So I thought, too, that the brother must be disappointed on being left out. But the brother is absolutely not bothered, made a great suggestion where he'd be happy while sister still gets to do what she wants. OP needs to step off and take her daughter for seafood. Reply 4. The daughter's better than I was at 17, though. By 17, and I had a mom very much like OP, I would have just said sod the birthday and chosen nothing. Reply 5. Agreed. OP wasn't really concerned with her son's allergies. She wanted to have a nice family dinner out and use the daughter's birthday as an opportunity for this, not as a treat to the daughter. OP owes her daughter birthday dinner. Response 4. YTA. Your son offered an easy solution, but you rejected that. I get that you can only afford to go out as a family a limited number of times, but geez, it's her birthday dinner. You told her to pick out the restaurant she wanted. Might as well just ask your son where he wanted to go for her birthday. Most people I've asked say I'm wrong. That's because you are wrong. Reply 1. Exactly, it wasn't as if the daughter was insisting on going to the seafood place for a family dinner, knowing her brother's allergy. You asked her to choose a restaurant for her birthday dinner. If your son and husband are okay with the solution your son provided, then what's the problem? Reply 2. I wonder whether daughter and son talk to each other beforehand. Sounds like a fair siblings deal. You get an evening for yourself, I get seafood. Reply 3. Well, sound like a fair deal for a couple teenagers. After all, what 15-year-old boy doesn't dream about spending a night alone with pizza and video games? Reply 4. Honestly, I can almost guarantee they talked about it beforehand. I'm a vegetarian and my brother loves meat, so we've done this with each other growing up since he'd always want to go to Outback or something. It was probably as simple as, do you care if we go to seafood restaurant for my birthday? No, I'll be fine / I'll just stay home. Reply 5. Plus, I'm sure they can afford to pack a picnic and go eat it at a park or by a lake if they want family time eating together outside the home. They don't have to go to a restaurant. This is a present for the daughter. She should get to go where she wants. Response 5. I want both of our children there. What a selfish take. You want that, but your daughter wants shellfish and your son doesn't want to come. Do whatever you want for your own birthday and stop making your daughter's birthday about you and what you want. You're the a-hole. Reply 1. The OP reminds me of my own mother so much. In my 40s now, and I'm still not seen as an individual, nor am I respected. Everything is always what my mother wants. She behaves how she wants. She gets what she wants, to hell with others. I can't stand my mother. Response 6. Do you make your son's birthday all about your daughter? Do you tell him to restrain himself and deprive himself of what he wants to make sure your daughter gets what she wants? You're the a-hole. Your daughter probably has never had a day that's just for her, since you had yours on, right? You sound like the kind-off parent who gets cut off when the kid is 18, and you have no idea why your child was so upset. If you can't go out, then don't do it on the kid's birthday, then tell her no. She probably can't eat seafood ever because of her brother. Don't throw away one child because the other is more needy or more special. You're being a bad parent to your daughter. You're also being a bad parent to your son because you're trying to corrupt his sense of what is entitled behaviors and what isn't. Do better. You have 2 kids. Both are special. Reply 1. I agree with you're the a-hole, but it's not what the son wants. He was cool staying home so his sister could enjoy her B-day meal. It's the mom who wanted dinner with both her kids. This has nothing to do with the son and everything to do with the mom getting what she wants. Reply 2. Right? Like, I don't think this is a golden child scenario as some people are trying to imply. Son was happy to eat pizza and play video games alone all night, like most teen boys would, to be honest. So they both got kind of effed there. Response 7. YTA. You were literally the only person bothered by the situation, and you decided that your wants were more important than those of the birthday girl. Didn't even think about ordering food for her from that place and food for your son from another, and have a varied dinner at home, because you only get to go out every so often? Well, she only gets one birthday a year, so there is that. Let's see how many more she wants to celebrate with you if you keep this up. Reply 1. This might be her last. Her daughter is already 17, and next year, daughter might already go no contact. You're the a-hole OP. Response 8. Info, when it's your son's birthday, are you going to veto his option if it's not somewhere your daughter would 100% enjoy? Response 9. YTA. Why give her a choice, then veto it? As an EpiPen carrier, I understand allergies. I don't stop family or friends from eating where I can't. If I can't go, it's a spoil me night with my food. However, it was her birthday. Hers, not yours or her brother's. Her and brother seemed fine. I'm sure he said happy birthday. Next time, don't bother asking, just arrange what you want. Then wonder in the future why she may not want to do what you want and doesn't have huge amounts of contact. Reply 1. Why give her a choice, then veto it? For effing real. Asking a child what they want for their birthday and then immediately shutting it down sounds like a Superintendent Chalmers bit. Response 10. YTA. Your son was fine staying home, and as a teenager, I would have loved the chance to stay home alone and relax with a pizza. And your husband was right that this was your daughter's birthday and not mom's family night out. Response 11. YTA, this is your daughter's birthday meal. You asked her where she wanted to go. Given your son has allergies, I'd venture to say she does not get seafood very often, so this is a treat to her. You're treating this as a typical family meal. If it was a regular family meal, I'd completely agree and say it's important the whole family is there and included. But this is not that situation. Response 12. YTA. You're asking your daughter to compromise on her birthday to accommodate her brother. While this sounds fair to you as their parent, what your daughter is hearing is that she can't have even a single day be about her. Her 15-year-old brother actually offered you the perfect solution to this that would have kept everyone, except you, happy. You chose not to take it, putting your own ideas about family time ahead of what everyone else in your family actually wanted. That's what makes you TA here. Reply 1. Not only a day about her, but I imagine she'd love some alone time with mom and dad. It's still important at that age to carve out individual time for each child. OP is wrong here. Response 13. YTA. Your husband is right. You chose your wants and your son's needs over your daughter without first trying to reach a compromise. I understand your son has allergies, but this isn't a reason to diminish your daughter's wants, especially over her birthday. Reply 1. Her son doesn't seem to want to come. He probably just wants to eat pizza at home. She makes it seem like it's about her son's health when it really is about her selfish wants. You're the a-hole. Response 14. My son said that he would be fine just staying home, that we could use the money that we would have spent on his meal to just order him a pizza instead. My husband also insisted that since it was our daughter's birthday that she should be able to choose the restaurant, and that our son would be fine home alone with pizza and video games. You're the a-hole. ETA. It's her birthday. Everyone else was fine with the compromise except you. If you want to have a family meal, then have a separate family meal. Don't take over her birthday meal. Response, info. How often does your daughter have to give up what she wants because of her brother and your little togetherness obsession? And what did you do for your son's last birthday? Did he have to compromise at all because your daughter wouldn't have enjoyed it? You should have let your son stay home so your daughter could have the birthday she wants. She only gets one a year. Edit, just to be clear, you made your daughter's birthday about what you wanted, not her, and not even your son, as he was happy to stay home. You made your daughter's birthday about you. Take that in and digest it. You're the a-hole. Response 17. YTA, and a massive one. Your whole family is fine with what your daughter wants for birthday. Your son realizes it's her birthday and doesn't want to spoil it because of his food allergies/preferences. Your husband understands, and your daughter was looking forward to it. You even asked her to pick a place. But here comes entitled you. It's all been said and done, but no, you have to get what your idea of her birthday is. It's got nothing to do with your son, as he's okay with it. It's just you. You and you only are about to ruin her day. Think about that. Edited to add, my mother used to pull carp like this. These days, I live 500 kilometers away from her, and she's lucky if we talk once a month. Be careful what you wish for. Second edit, grammar. Response 18. YTA, it's not his birthday. Would it kill you to call ahead and ask to bring in food for your son and order separately for the rest of the party? Or even leave him home with a nice separate meal and a treat to make up for it? No. You had to orientate her birthday around him. You didn't even try to compromise. Worst of all, you made the entire meal about you and what you want. At that point, the dinner isn't a gift to anyone but yourself. All those other dinners aren't her birthday. Use your brain and stop being a stubborn child. Your own 15-year-old son managed this better than you did. Response teen, YTA. Let's settle down there. Dominic Toretto, we know family is important. It was your daughter's birthday and you made it about your wants and desires, not her. Your son was more than happy to stay home, and he probably doesn't even care about his sister's birthday at 15 years old. He would be more happy playing games with his friends and eating pizza than sitting in a restaurant with his grouchy sister because she didn't get to eat where she wanted because of his allergy, something she has to accommodate every time he is around. She gets one day a year, to be the star of the day, for the family to celebrate her and love on her. She is 17. It will not be long before she is 18 and out of the house. All you did here was create resentment toward your son and you for forcing what should have been a special day into one of disappointment and anger. All that because you couldn't leave your 15-year-old son home by himself? You can create happy memories with your kids or continue to force your as a family mentality on your kids, who are going to resent you and each other for it. There was nothing wrong with you, your spouse, and your daughter having a nice meal together, while your son did his own thing. Reply 1, this. She is more interested in the happy family dinner memory than what her kids want. It is a difficult but painful truth for parents, but after a while, they want to be their own people and leave the nest. Let them. That is your job. Response 20, YTA. For her birthday, she should pick the restaurant. For your son's birthday, he should pick the restaurant. Your son was perfectly happy to stay home with a pizza rather than going out for your daughter's birthday. Everyone seems to know this except you. This is all about what you want rather than what the birthday girl wanted.